Well, yesterday kind of sucked. Y'all don't know, the wife and I have 2 dogs. The first dog that we got was like before we got married, and we're going on 17 years. And then we got Tinky, like, say 2003, 2004. Shit. Well, anyways, Darby, our oldest dog, we got back in January of '99. Well, time kind of has a way of being cruel, and we had to take her for that long ride yesterday and have her put down. It's sad, and I'm still kind of even choked up talking about it now. But like I said, she was nearly 17 years old. Couldn't see all that well. Had a case of arthritis. In the past couple of years, she developed a tumor on her leg. And every year when we brought him in for her annual checkup, that was always like, well, as long as it doesn't get any bigger, and they did a biopsy on it, and it was just kind of like a fatty tumor. So they're like, well, as long as it doesn't get any bigger, don't worry about it. Well, this past spring, this summer, it like grew 2 times the size, and started getting kind of funky looking, and we took him into the vet for her spring checkup, and the vet was like, well, just we'll monitor it, whatever. But one day, we came home from work in the morning, and the wife was down on her hands and knees in the carpet, scrubbing the carpet. And what had happened is that it had burst open during the night, and, well, that was it. This is like 2 days before we decided to put her down. We took her back in, and they told us just to wrap it up and keep it clean and stuff. And then he had explained to us that, you know, being as old as she is, they'd have to do like a test with the anesthesia, and then they would have to, it would be like $1,200 to $1,500 to have the tumor removed. And in his opinion was, well, it's going to probably come back, and she is, you know, nearly 17 years old. So the decision was up to us to, you know, schedule the surgery or whatever. And if I had a shit ton of money, I probably would have considered that. And plus, if she would have been like, maybe like 10 years younger, maybe. But, we decided just to, she was, like I said, she couldn't see, she couldn't walk that decently. She kind of like, her mind wasn't really there anymore. I mean, she knew we were there, but she would like walk around the house and bump into stuff. And so we decided to take her in and have her put down. Man, this is like one of the hardest things in the world I've ever had to do. Because you're conflicted. There's all kinds of feelings about it. You know, you have, you know, the what if we would have done this different, or you also have the guilt. It's like, who am I to fucking do this to another being, especially a being that I love? You know, but it's And on the other hand, you're kind of like, well, I'm just being selfish, trying to keep her around just for us and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. So I'm all fucked up. I guess it tests your mettle emotionally. In my opinion, it's just like losing a loved one that's a human. I mean, if anything, it's a little bit more intimate because she's right there with you all the time, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. We still have Tinky, our other pup. And so we're just going to have to take all that extra love and move it on over to her, which is cool. I don't have an issue with that. Well, I thought I'd let you all know what the deal was. So if you don't see any newer stuff up, that's probably why. So, thanks for watching. And if you have an animal, love the fuck out of that little fucking cat or dog or fucking chinchilla or whatever you have. If anybody's ever lost anybody or a pet, which everybody will, and hopefully you haven't had to go through that yet, but if you have, it's fucking rough, man. There's always that habits, like I found myself yesterday and today, and I'm sure it's going to keep on happening, like calling her because she would always lay, she had her like little, we had a spare bedroom, she used to like to lay on that bed, you know, whenever I'd take them out or whatever, I'd like have to call her down, and I find myself going on those steps and just starting to call her down, and it's the same thing with people too, man. I mean, like, lost, my wife lost her mom about 10, 11 years ago, and when you go over to her parents' house, you still expect her to come walking around the corner and say, oh, hi, or whatever, you know. It's still kind of, I mean, it's kind of faded somewhat, but it's still there, you know. So this is going to keep on going on for a while. And every time it happens, you stop and think, and you start, you know. I always thought I was a pretty strong individual, emotionally. And I'm a wreck. Darby. Our little girl. Oh well, now that I'm bringing everybody fucking down. Besides that, I didn't really have anything I wanted to really talk about today. Just kind of like let everybody know if I seem like I'm not posting a lot of stuff, or my emotional state seems to be a little down, that's why. Said, as far as like maybe getting another puppy, if this would have happened a couple of, you know, a month or two ago, we probably would have looked into it, but wife's back at school now, and it's kind of, when you have a puppy, it's like just like having a baby human, man. You got to be there all the time, potty train it, obedient shit, whatever. So we're gonna wait till summertime. We have a few options, probably go get a rescue dog or like a shower. I'm not even opposed to getting an older dog, like a dog that's, you know, maybe, you know, 5, 6 years old, whatever. Sometimes that shit happens. Unfortunately, people abandon dogs, or they just have to get rid of it for some reason, rid of the dog for some reason. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I feel bad for my other dog, Tinky. She's always had Darby ever since a puppy. Darby was kind of like her surrogate mama.